Hello guys, my name is Venkat. Today I'm going to explain about the continuation of the last video regarding in promise. What is the promises? The promises I promise to do whenever that is true. If it is not true, then I won't. Promises have three states: pending, fulfilled, and rejected. Guys, I will go to explain you very clearly in the next with example and with and fulfilled when it is coming and rejected when it is coming. So all the promises, it is creating the new promise, that is the object, and it is taking the callback, and it is callback accept the two parameters, that is the resolve and reject. Resolve means when successful, reject means is when it is coming in error. So let me explain the with the example, guys, then you can understand what I'm trying to talk about the one. Like in, let's go to our promises. So here I created the predefined code like an HTML file. Already I have an HTML file. Let me create the one JS file here, promise.js. So in my first promise, I want to create the arrow function. First, I want to show the arrow function in my promise promise. It's going to give the, as I said, like in it is going to create the promise in new object, and with the arrow function it accepts the two parameters, the resolve and reject. So doesn't matter, guys, in what name you want to take it. Doesn't matter, like in resolve or reject, and keep it your name like in David or some other name which is going to be accept the one. So I want to keep it in console, and then I will keep it in a condition constant. Condition is true. Uh, True means in if condition true, it is going to be resolved. Condition is false, it is going to reject. So let me tell you guys in how I want to implement, like in condition. Here if I'm taking condition, I'm going to keep it the set timeout, that is the callback function. Just in as I said, like in set timeout, and just I want to call it in here arrow function, and I want to make it in when you want to execute this after 1 millisecond or 2 milliseconds. This is here I'm going to call it in resolve, and just I will make the resolve, and name, yeah, in promises is resolved. So this is called as a fulfilled, guys, and if you want to look it, take a look and take a look. Fulfilled. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. Like the spelling mistake. And then if it is failed, what is as I said, like in promise is going to be reject. So it is reject. Just I'm keeping in reject, reject, and just I want to give the some name like a promise is rejected. So if it is fail and success, so how it is going to be work out, and every promise it is taking the um, three methods, like in what is that, like in after promise, then and catch black is going to be catch is the error, then is going to be catch the success message, and finally it is going to clear the all the unnecessary data. So let me try to keep it the first, my first promise, and then it will come. Then as I said, like in here it is going to take the callback function and success message, success message, and then here I want to call it the arrow function, and then like in as I said, here I want to keep it the console.log, console.log, and success here, success. So success message, here I want to keep it the success message. So here it is going to give the success message. As I said in catch, I'm going to catch the error message. Just I want to show the error message here, error message, and then this is the callback function, guys. Keep it the callback function, that's very important. So here is the callback function, and then we are going to call it like the arrow function, and within arrow function just I will call it the console.log, console.log, and then here error, and just I will keep it the error message. So uh, so here that's pretty much of it, guys. And just before wind up and before showing the output, just I want to explain one more time. So here the promise is coming up, and it is object, as I said, new promise, resolve and reject, two parameter it accepts, resolve and reject. And based on that condition true, that condition is true, set timeout, resolve is going to be resolve the case, and reject is the else. If it is condition is false, it is going to reject and the promise is rejected. So it is going to accept the promise just in 10, that is the success message. I want to display the success message, and the catch is going to give the error message. So let me call in HTML inside of the HTML, the JS file, and I want to show you guys and what is going to be happen. Let me run this one. Okay, I want to go to developer tools. Here we go. See here, if I'm refresh it, success is promise is resolved. Yeah, success and promise is resolved. How it is coming here? Like in it is success. Now is the condition is true. Suppose, for example, if I'm changing in false, what is going to be happen? We'll see. That means promise is rejected and error message should come in error message. So let me keep it in guys like in colon and colon. Then is easy to identify. So here, see, error message is coming up. Error promise is rejected. So that is the promise, guys. So after that, I want to show you not only this, I want to show you the fetch and API call and also promise.all. So what is the use of the promise.all as well? So let me call out in the here in the promise all.js. Promise all.js, what's going to be happen over here, and let me show you. So promise.all, it accepts the how many promises, like promise 1, promise 2, promise 3, promise 4, promise 5, how many promises you want to keep it, and you can keep it in the array, and just you can pass it and you can get the values, all the values. So constant, so promise 1 equal to promise dot resolve, promise dot resolve, and just I will say hello, yes we are tech. Okay, and then if I'm saying in promise 2, I'm taking promise 2 or some name like react. Promise 3 constant, promise 3, promise 3 equal to new promise. Just I want to, as I said, the promise is going to take the callback function as a parameter, and it is passing the two parameters over here, resolve comma reject. So resolve and reject, two parameters. As I said, it doesn't matter buddy, the names, and whatever you want to take it, you can take it. And just I want to keep it here, set timeout, and just I want to call it resolve. I want to call it the resolve, and how many milliseconds, in of 0.5 milliseconds I want to remove, and goodbye SVR tech. I want to call it the goodbye SVR tech. I want to display this. After that, I want to call it, as I said, like in promise, it is going to be promise.all. It is going to be accepts the array. Array will have the all the promises, like in promise 1, promise 2, promise 3, promise 3, and then here it is going to be accept for 10, and we will use the values or what name you want to be giving it here, like in using the arrow function, and just I will call it the console.log values. Okay, so that's pretty much of it. Just format the document, and then save it, and let me call this promise.all under HTML. Promise.all HTML. So how it is going to be executed? First, in promise.all, we have, as I said, like in promise.all, it accepts the array, and the array accepts the all the promises. How many promises? Promise 1, promise 2, promise 3, and how many promise 4, promise 3 also, and then it is going to return the then and values on console.log. Just I want to show you how it is going to be work out in the server. Let me run the server and go to inspect. Over here, see guys, the array is coming up. So here, hello SVR Tech, React, and goodbye SVR Tech. So these three as coming as an array. And then I want to show you guys in fetch as well, in fetch API, and you know guys, like in go to the placeholder, JSON placeholder, none, JSON placeholder. Here is the peg JSON is available, free REST APIs. So I'm going to be pick up the comments. I want to show you the comments, how many comments and everything I want to display, and using the fetch. And so here I'm passing the one more promise, constant promise 4 equal to fetch. Fetch is the fetch is like a default API call in the JavaScript. And just I want to call it this one, and then I want to show you how it is going to be worked out in over here, and then I will pass the promise over here, and you'll see guys what's going to happen over here, and I want to go here and refresh the page and just see here follow SVR Tech, React, and one more thing is like coming like in response, but in there is no data is coming up like in as I showed in the data is not showing in this data, but this is the fetch, so weird thing. So I want to keep it in 10 as well, and then I want to call it as in response.json, then only it should come out, and then I will call the callback, and here res.json. Then you can see all the data is coming up outside, and just I will save it and go back over here and see here all the 500 data is coming up outside. So this is the API call guys. That's pretty much of it, I hope, and promises is over. And as I said, just you can rewind all the whole topic. Promise to do this whenever that is true, and if it is not true, then I won't. Promise have three states, as I said, like in pending, resolve, and reject, and the fulfilled is the resolve and reject. And the promise has always create the object, and with the callback function, it takes the two arguments, as I said, in resolve and reject. Resolve is for when successful, reject is for the when error. That's it, guys. That's pretty much of it. Thank you, guys, for tuning my channel. Yeah, we'll see in our next video. Bye bye, guys. See ya.